Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Weekly. I'm Elizabeth Pace.
And I'm Molly Jurasek. This week we'll be talking Nick Offerman and IU's Couture fashion show.
Plus an inside peek of Ja Rule's show at the Bluebird. But first, let's get started with our trending topics.
Well, our first trending topic has to do with Nick Offerman. If you guys don't know who Nick Offerman is, he plays Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec, has lots of other roles in TV, but he has an even bigger role lately in the public sector. After the recent RFRA controversy in Indiana, which could prevent gay couples from receiving certain services in the state of Indiana now, he canceled all of his shows in Indiana except the one at the IU Auditorium on Wednesday.
Yep, and his performance is part of his full Bush tour. And you can check out this video of students lining up for pictures with the Parks and Rec's Lil Sebastian.
Okay, this is so cute. I just love it. Just look at all these people lining up. They're taking pictures with Lil Sebastian.
I wish I could have seen him. Didn't you say he had a union board or something? Put a bow on him?
Yeah, it's so cute. Kind of branding him for IU. It's a little ironic because Lil Sebastian technically died a few seasons ago, but we'll pretend that doesn't apply.
That's fun that he brought him with him.
Yeah.
And if you guys happen to miss his show, you can catch his last tour show, American Ham, on Netflix now. And speaking of comedians, the Indianapolis Colts may have a breakout star in comedy. The football team pulled a prank on their fans today via Twitter.
Well, it is April Fool's Day, and this week I'm sure there'll be lots of pranks going on. I think the whiteout jerseys are pretty funny.
To know what we're talking about, check out this video right here from the Colts website.
Really a cool concept that really, reaches all aspects of football business. For the fans, we're a new regime. It's a new team. It was a huge turnaround a couple of years ago, and here we are with new uniforms. We always, had white trim around the jerseys. Well, now the entire jerseys are white. How cool is that? From a strategic football standpoint, how can they scout us? They can't see our numbers. It's brilliant. Then from a marketing perspective, if you don't keep up with the trends, there's so many teams, Seattle, Tampa Bay, that are changing their jerseys up. If you don't keep up with the trends, you're going to fall behind. And this is our way of saying that we're not falling behind anymore.
So we'll just show the whole video, then you go to this.
They're claiming that this is their way of keeping up with the trends by just switching up their uniform look. And while we're on Indianapolis, if you'll be making a trip from the Final Four, you may want to avoid the road construction sites.
I-65 is going to be reduced to just 2 lanes in each direction north of Louisville. I-74 will be down to just 1 lane each direction between exits 25 and 34. US 31, that's going north up to South Bend, where I'm going. That's going to be 1 lane each direction in Westfield. And finally, I-69 is down to 1 lane in each direction on weekdays at exit 340. Whew,
wow.
That's a lot of road construction.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, though,
Yeah, well, speaking of construction, almost everybody I know is going to be happy to know that the Village Deli is reopening soon.
They say that they're going to reopen sometime this month, and if you look outside the restaurant right now, they say they're hiring and that they'll be open soon again. I checked out their social media. They're also advertising that they're hiring there and that they'll be back pretty soon.
Just in time for Little 500.
Yeah, and graduation. I know.
Oh, yeah.
All the families love to get their breakfast food there.
Oh, that's true.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, with the reopening of one place comes the potential closing of another. Oliver Winery downtown is just temporarily closed right now until further notice, they say. I guess they're doing renovations in there, so we'll just have to wait and see what they say about that. But if you want to still go to the winery itself, just outside of town, that is still open.
Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
So Ja Rule performed at the Bluebird this last Friday night for a sold-out crowd. The rapper, best known for his songs Always on Time and Living It Up, is on a 2-concert tour with Bloomington for the first on its list.
And Ja Rule will be releasing his 8th studio album titled Genius Loves Company later this year. He also wrote a book last summer called Unruly, The Highs and Lows of Becoming a Man, which talks about his struggle as a young musician and his altercations with rapper 50 Cent. The doors open at 8 p.m. on Friday with the show scheduled at 9, but Ja Rule didn't end up performing until about 12:30 a.m. So it's unknown if the rapper will add more tours at this time. Man, Ja Rule was such a big rapper for me in my childhood. I probably shouldn't have been listening to him, but nonetheless, he was a huge rapper for me to listen to. Wish we could have talked to him, though. I know our reporter tried to get an interview with him, but his agent wasn't really having that.
I guess the rapper was just living it up.
You could say that.
Okay, well, coming up for you guys, we have our in-studio guest, so stay tuned.
Long farewell, I'll be to say goodbye.
Molly's graduating, and she's leaving us next year. So join me as my new co-host of What's Up Weekly. Find out all the information on Facebook at IUSTV News.
Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Weekly's special in-studio guest segment. I'm here with Rebecca Sales and Gabriel Fikencher. They are the co-directors of this year's IU Fashion Design BA Fashion Show, and that's also produced by the Retail Studies Organization. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, so IU, I know, has put on this fashion show for a few years now, and it's basically a student couture fashion show, right?
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah, so we have as you can tell by the title, the very long title, it's IU Fashion Design BA students making the garments that walk the runway.
So it's basically like the thesis culmination of everybody's hard work, and it's very interesting because everyone has their own aesthetic, and then that really comes out, and you get to see it in everyone's collections.
So these fashion design students are designing their own outfits and presenting them. About how many students are involved in designing the outfits?
So this year we have the most designers than we've ever had. We have 24 student designers as compared to last year, which was 13.
Right.
So it's a completely different ball game. But yeah, all of them are either juniors or seniors in the fashion design program. So
Cool. So what are some of the common themes that are going to be shown in this year's fashion show?
Right, well, we've kind of broken it down into 3 segments. So there's kind of an edgy group, then a more sportswear kind of look, and then in the end, more of that glamorous. We also have a bridal collection, which is going to finish the show.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see that. I keep seeing people getting engaged on my Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm too young.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think there are any actual brides on the show this year.
No.
There were last year. There was one last
really?
year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my wedding dress. I designed a wedding dress last year, and I actually used a real client. She was a real bride-to-be. But yeah, so that was fun.
That's so cute. I was at the show last year, and
Yeah.
I think I remember that. It was really cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
So do you guys also design some of your own stuff, even though you're also directing the show?
Yeah, for me, I'm actually doing my whole collection because last year I studied abroad in Italy, so I wasn't able to participate in the fashion show. So yeah, I'm definitely balancing both hats. It's a little bit stressful.
Did your trip to Italy influence your fashion
Ooh.
designs?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, my theme is more about French Riviera, but still European glamorous travel influence for sure.
I was just in Europe. They definitely
Oh my
have
gosh.
a lot more taste.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. You'll be frowned upon. Well, they'll know if you're a tourist by your feet, your shoes, things like that.
Oh, yeah. What can you do when you're walking?
I know, right? No.
So I also heard that there's going to be some technology incorporated on the runway as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. We're still working out the details. But there are some people in the cyber infrastructure building that work with UITs who are helping us incorporate some really cool things, such as Google Glass is one of them, and other things which are over my head, so you'll just have to be there to see.
Exactly.
Okay, so are there going to be models wearing the glasses as they walk down the runway then?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Well, things always turn out a
Things
little
always
differently than you intend. But
Yeah.
I think this one we have good people working with us, so
Yes,
I think
definitely.
they're gonna make it happen for us. So
That's pretty cool. It's a
Yeah.
perspective most people probably don't get to see.
yeah.
And it's kind of like faux pas that, people probably when they were looking at Google Glass initially were thinking, who would ever wear that? It's so unfashionable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have this thing on your face. So I really like the
Yeah.
juxtaposition with it. That's
know,
really
right?
neat.
Yeah, it'll work really well with the collection that's going on. It's a very urban, cool.
Where? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it'll work.
Cool, something for everybody then.
Exactly.
All right, is there anything else you guys want to add about the fashion show? What's RSO's role in that then, if the students are doing the designs?
Yeah, they definitely have a really large influence in the marketing perspective of things. I mean, they're such a large organization while the design program is minuscule. So definitely having them on our side is great just to reach such a broad audience. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys mentioned the date and time of the show.
Oh my gosh.
It's really important.
So important.
Well, the fashion show is next Thursday, April 9th at 7:30 p.m. Doors open at 7.
In Alumni Hall. Did you say
Alumni
that?
Hall,
Yeah.
the IMU. It's free to anyone.
Exactly.
It'll be about an hour, so we hope to see you there.
Yeah, and there'll be a DJ, live mixing. He's also a student. There'll be some student photographers there. So we're definitely getting the whole creative community involved. We're really excited about that.
And make sure you catch next week's episode of What's Up Weekly for the fashion show because Elizabeth and I will be backstage
I'm so excited.
talking to some of the models and designers.
Right.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
All right, thanks. Stay tuned, guys.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on What's Up Weekly. Be sure to catch us next week backstage at the IU Fashion Show.
We'll be back soon with even more campus, pop culture, and current event updates.
In the meantime, join in the conversation by liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter at What's Up Weekly IU.
From all of us here at IUS TV News, thanks for watching and see you backstage.